Here is another revenue question. So we've got revenue. Revenue is basically money, right? So how much you're earning. So how many price reductions will the revenue per customer be? $30. So they're telling you revenue is going to be $30. Now let's look at this again. We've got a sticker warehouse. They're selling rolls of stickers for $4 each. The average customer buys 6 rolls of stickers. The owner finds that for every 25-cent decrease in price, the average customer will buy an additional roll. So an additional roll means one more. One more. An additional. So one more. How many price reductions will the revenue per customer be? 30. So how many times you have to reduce the price? So let's look at this one more time and try to figure out the two parts. So one part is how many. So let's do our let statement first. So let X represent the number of price reductions. So this is how many times are you going to do this sale. So basically it's like, I'm doing a sale, 25-cent decrease. How many times should you do this sale? 2 times, 3 times, 4 times until you get the price reduced how much. Then we're going to do revenue. So revenue, I like to write this down, revenue will equal the number sold times the price. How much are you selling it for? So if I sell 10 of them for $2, 10 times 2 is $20. They gave you the revenue is 30. So this part here is given. So that's your 30 right here. So that'll go here in your 30. So that's my 30. They also gave that it's $4 each roll of sticker, and it's a $10 decrease. Or sorry, 25-cent decrease. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking of. $4 and 25-cent decrease. So that is the price. So the price is $4 minus 25-cent decrease. That's X. Now here, let X represent the number of, and we need to state that, 25-cent decreases. Okay, let X represent the number of 25-cent price reductions. So we want to say how much we're reducing each one by, because that's important. So the number of, and I'll put that back, it's the number of 25-cent price reductions. So how many 25-cent price reductions are you going to do? So X is how I'm going to do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, how many times? Okay. Then the other part is, so that's my price. That's this $4 with the 25-cent. The average customer buys 6 rolls. So 6 rolls, and then you're going to get 1 more. So for here, we're going to take that part and put it into this bracket. So we're going 6 rolls, so number is normally 6, but we're doing 1 more, so plus 1x. You can pretend there's a 1 here, it's a 1x, so that's 1 more roll here. So 1 more roll, so 1 here. Okay, pretend there's a 1 there. Okay, so it's always the number sold. So I'm selling 6, I'm getting 1 more. I sell it for $4, but I'm losing 25 cents each time. These two x's are the same x's here. So this x and this x are the same x's. They're connected. So every time I decrease it by 25 cents, I'm increasing 1 roll. These two are connected. Those x's must be there. Okay, these are the two x's that are connecting it. So this one and this one. Okay, and that's it. So do we want to expand? 1, 2, 3, 4, and collect like terms and solve it. So we're going to get 30. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 0.25 is 6 times 0.25. Sorry, is 6. Is 150. Sorry, 150. 150. So minus 0. What am I doing? 150. Right, 50 cents. Minus 1.5x. 1 times that would be 4x, and then 1 times negative 0.25 is negative 0.25x squared. Okay, I don't like this. I'm going to bring everything over to one side, equaling 0. So bring everything to the other side, equaling 0, please. And we're going to get 0.25x squared. We're going to bring these two over. So this will be minus 4x plus 1.5x. The 30 is there, so 30 minus 24 equals 0. Clean that up. These guys are like terms. So we're going to get 0.25x squared, and this becomes minus 2.5x, negative 4 plus 1.5, and then 30 minus 24 is plus 6 equals 0. Okay, so you can factor that if you can, or you can use the quadratic formula. Okay, you're allowed to divide the whole thing by 0.25 if you want to. Not everyone always sees that, so it's okay if you don't. And some people just go right ahead and use the quadratic formula. But you are allowed to factor if possible. Okay. This one here ends up having a common factor of 0.25, but I'm not sure if everyone would see that. Right? So I think that maybe you would not see that. If you do see the 0.25 as a common factor, it does factor. But again, I'm not sure if everyone would see that. So let's go with the formula, right? Because I think that most people would be like, those numbers are funny, I would go formula. So x equals line, negative b plus or minus, b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Make sure you put the equals right here in the middle, just like we've been saying, been showing you, and make sure this equal x, right? So that tells you what variable you're solving for. Then we've got line. Put the line in the middle first. This is a. On the side, you don't have to write this, but a is 0.25, b is negative 2.5, and c is 6. Again, you don't have to write that. That's for yourself to know. Take those guys here. So negative of negative 2.5, so it's 2.5, plus or minus negative 2.5 all squared. You have to have the bracket. We'll look for this. We'll look for that step. If there's a bracket missing, you lose a mark. Okay? Minus 4 times 0.25 times c. Extend this so it's long enough. 2 times 0.25. Then we get negative 2.5 squared, so it'll be 2.5 squared, which would be line 2.5 plus or minus 6.25. And this is 4 times 2.5 is 1, times 6 would be minus 6. And this would be 0.5. Okay, keep going. 2.5 plus or minus 6.25 minus 6 is 0.25. 0.25, I know that the square root of 0.25 is 0.5. Then we're going to take this and split it into the two answers. So x would equal 2.5 plus 0.5 over 0.5, or x equals line 2.5 minus 0.5 over 0.5. So 2.5 plus 5 is 3 over 0.5, which gets me 6. If you do that on your calculator, 2.5 minus 0.5 is 2, divided by 0.5 would get me 4. So I get 2 answers. Are they both okay answers? What was I being asked? So 6 and 4, and coming back over here, x is the number of 25-cent price reductions. So you can either reduce it by 6 or by 4, and we'll get the same $30. Okay, so I get 2 different answers. And there's nowhere else to substitute this in. So therefore, the number, oh wait, answer the question. How many price reductions will the revenue per customer be 30? They're not asking me how much the price is. They're not asking me how many I sold. They just want to know how many price reductions, which is my x. So then the number of price reductions is 4 or 6. You can reduce it 4 times or 6 times. Both of them will get us $30 back in revenue. Right? So that's kind of cool. You get 2 different answers, 2 different ways to do it. And that is a typical revenue question, where again the price goes up, the number sold goes down, or the price goes down and the number sold goes up. So you'll always have a plus minus bracket here. One will be plus, one will be minus. You put them together to get your revenue. This is a very typical question that we'll do in future grades as well, so it's really good to learn it now.